welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys a little bit of everything. I have been working on Eve a lot more than I have with the FRS, and I've kind of neglected that car. But the reason why I've been working on Eve so much is because I did the radiator install, like you guys know, and I've been having the worst, like the worst time taking out bubbles from, air pockets from the radiator. So I want to thank Jeremy for sending me this funnel kit because I did not own one, and pretty much this helps release any bubbles that are inside of the radiator. I've already used it about 4 times and still filled with air. So I have to burp it one more time. As you guys know, I have just finished doing the drywall inside of the garage, and I wanted to hang up some stuff while I'm here. I don't know how long I'll be inside of this garage per se, because I do want to get myself a shop. I have been shopping around and looking for shops in the area in New Jersey. So if you guys know of any commercial spaces, nothing too big, I don't need any like 4,000 square feet. I want something that can hold maybe 3 or 4 cars. I've been looking around, so fingers crossed I can find something that can suit my budget, and we can get out of here and just use this garage whenever we don't want to travel to the shop. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I just wanted to give you guys the news that I am looking for a shop. So fingers crossed. With that being said, I have one of my favorite beers that I love to drink, and it has always been my favorite beer. And I went to the basement and I didn't realize that I had this, but Heineken is my favorite beer, and it has always been my favorite beer. So I want to hang this somewhere in the garage since it's the only flag that I have, and what better way to start the garage art than with beer. And no, I'm not sponsored by Heineken, but I wish I was. I drink enough of it. Maybe if I climb. This doesn't seem safe. Oh, okay. My safe word is pineapples. Be careful with me. Oh shit. My knees. A little dirty, but it's okay. Looks good. Good job. Before it gets any later, I am going to jack this car up and try to remove the air bubbles. So I'm gonna jack the front of the car a little bit more, try to get it like 4 feet off the ground. And the reason why you wanna do this is because you wanna elevate it so that the air escapes. You want to make sure that your car is completely cold and you haven't been driving this, because it's going to be steaming hot. Stick it in there. This does come with a bunch of different attachments. This is how it's been working for me the past couple of times I've tried it with no issues. But if you were trying to be extra cautious, you have, minus my camera battery, you have all these other plugins that you can use. So I'm just going to keep it like that and add some coolant. I'm not gonna fill it too much because it is gonna rise, but I'm gonna put just enough where it reaches like that. Oh no, you need to add more. Hold on. I've put this much coolant. Usually you would want to put a little bit more, but I've done this so many times and it keeps overflowing all the way up here, and I don't know what to do. I don't know if I'm doing it correctly, but yeah, we're gonna try it like this. So hopefully it works. You want to make sure that you have the heat all the way up, and yeah. I know before, if you squeeze the upper radiator hose, you can get some bubbles to come out like that. But that's just me squeezing this hose. I don't know if it's actually helping. I don't know. On the FRS, it was so much easier. This is just a pain in my butt. It's not pushing super cold air out, but it is a lot warmer. It's not hot, it's just like a small warm breeze. I have my timer on. I want to give it about like 10 minutes so that it warms up, and then I'm gonna try and rev to 3,000 RPMs a couple times. I'm kind of nervous on doing this because I already got the police called on me, so yeah. I want you guys to know that I am extremely terrified right now because there is a spider on top of the Z. Does it jump? Does it jump? Does it jump? I don't know. Ew. Sorry. Safe now. Okay, so I just went inside of the car. It is hot, so we're gonna shut the car off and we're done. It is extremely hot. Do not touch that, okay? Let it go, let it drain, and if in 20 or 10 minutes it hasn't drained all the way down, you're gonna take this plug, right? And then you're gonna stick it in the cup. You're gonna plug it and then pull it out. In my case, I'm gonna have to have like a rag all around because I have this long pipe and it's probably gonna spill, but hopefully it goes all the way down so I don't have to deal with that. But that's what this is for. So, yeah. I really like how that looks, but in no way, shape, or form am I like Sarah, but I do have my old Macbeth plate, which is 1 out of 2. Sarah does have my other one, and this is the last one that I have, and it was my New York plate when I lived in New York City, and I really wish I could have this name again, but I can't because New Jersey doesn't have 8 letters, they only have 7, so I would have to spell it like Macbeth with a BTH at the end. I don't know, but I really want to hang this up and let this be the only license plate in here because it's mine. Okay, so I decided to put my Macbeth plate right there in the middle because it's the entryway to my garage aside from the garage doors, and I think it looks really nice, so I'm gonna leave it there. So another thing that I do have is my Lego cars. If you guys don't know, I love building these, and I have a little bit, not a lot. They're kind of expensive because they're like 40-50 bucks each, but I have this Porsche, I have the McLaren 720S, I have this Ferrari, Camaro, as well as the GTR, which is one of my favorites aside from the McLaren. This was really fun to build. And I also have this Jaguar and this baby right here. So I love building these, and I want to make a little shelf here and display them. So hopefully I can find something like that on Amazon, but for now I'm going to leave these inside the box until I buy that. As you guys know, I ripped off the front bumper to the 350 a while back, and I finished fiberglassing the back of it the other day. I didn't make a video about it, but I did fiberglass it, and I am now having to do the Bondo. So I can rip this off. Yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna have to Bondo this, and as well as right here. And wherever you see blue tape is where I had to fiberglass and cut the front of. So all of this just needs to be filled with Bondo. Thank God it wasn't anything crazy, but like right here, I had to cut this open a little bit more, and I'll fill it and then I'll drill another hole. So yeah, and then she could go back on Eve and I could finally drive her.
That was funny. Okay, so I have a problem where I don't like wearing my respirator when I'm working with fiberglass and Bondo. And I know it's bad, you're supposed to wear your mask because it's terrible for your lungs and you can develop respiratory problems in the long run. I'm working on the diffuser right now, and I'm almost done. This is what it looks like. It's nice and smooth. Yeah, and I ripped off those nails because I'm gonna go get them done this week. Up, sand it a little bit more, and I'm gonna go ahead and prime it.
I have this tack cloth that I'm gonna use. Just gonna go over it so it picks up any small like dust that I missed. I'm gonna go ahead and use this. Clean up my area over here.
Where's your mask? I'm gonna close this because I don't want my camera getting overspray.
So I opened the garage door and this kind of slid, but whatever. I just want to show you guys what it looks like so far. I have to sand right over here a little bit more and then go over it again with primer because I missed that spot, but everything else looks so good. This is where the giant gash was, and look, you can see it. It is perfectly smooth. I just didn't put enough layers of primer over there, but I am going to go back into it since I have to sand right here. But it looks so good compared to what it used to look like. And I had a giant gash right here. I think you could kind of see it seeping through, and that is completely flush. Everything looks so good. I cannot wait for this to dry so we can finish the sanding and then go off and paint it. But I'm not going to paint it black tonight. I just kind of wanted to show you guys what it looks like. It's still drying. You can see the streaks. I'm kind of back and forth on what I want to do. I don't know if I want to paint it black myself or if I want to get it sent out and painted, but for the most part I did want to do the prime because I wanted to make sure that when I do the priming it'll like show me all the little imperfections if I have to go back into it with the sanding block and then try to prime it again. And if it's not perfect, I mean, whatever, the bottom part it's not going to show, but it is looking really good, so I'm pretty happy that this came out pretty fine. Lower the Z. And everything is closed off, and now we can finally go ahead and wait till that dries up. So I just have to fix those areas on the bumper and then seal it, and hopefully we can get this car to paint. There are several things that I have to do before I can drive Eve. Of course, I can slap the bumper on once I finish fixing those cracks on the bumper, but I really want to get the car painted, so I want to know what you guys want me to paint her. I was going towards like a satin gray or like a dark gray. Let me know in the comments down below what you think Eve should be. Just remember that the interior is going to be red, so make that match. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit tired. I've been in this garage all day, but I am gonna go get something to eat. I only had Wawa this morning and had chicken tenders with like mashed potatoes and a Red Bull, and that's the only thing I've ate all day. But I am going to wrap things up in here, let this dry, because I'm getting high off the fumes that are inside the garage, even though I opened the garage door a little bit. Next up, I want to bring the FRS, so I'm probably going to move the car tomorrow and have Eve stay outside and bring the FRS in. If you guys don't know, I've been having some electrical problems in the rear, and by that I mean there's this wiring that was too short when I got my taillights installed. If you guys don't know, I have custom taillights, and there's this wire that goes all the way from the front. Whatever, long story short, they're too short, so it sticks out of my trunk, and I bought the wiring so that I can make them longer and tuck them in. And I also have to replace one of the bolts inside of my hub because it's stripped. So I have to do that, and just regular maintenance, change the oil. So I'm gonna give the FRS some love, and hopefully we can get her straight again, because I have been neglecting the crap out of her, and maybe give her a little bit of a detail job. But anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much, and please don't forget to check out my other social media platforms. I'm gonna leave them down below where you guys can go check that out. I love you guys. Bye.